Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Ghost Prime, and I've been wondering about the current state of Transformers. I've been thinking, what if Transformers are coming to an end soon? To answer that question, I think we need to start with the past. The Transformers brand has been around for over 40 years, has many ups and downs along the way. While we have seen sort of a renaissance in the last few years, it seems the cracks are beginning to show. This, however, is not new to the franchise. It first began to occur way back towards the end of the G1 era. This caused Hasbro to attempt to stay relevant on the toy shelves by mimicking other popular brands such as Micro Machines with the release of Micromasters in 1989. They're not just small Transformers. Later, creating Action Masters in 1990 as a way to grab attention of kids and parents with a lower priced offering to fit into the likes of G.I. Joe. Hasbro knew they had something with Transformers. It was very, very popular and culturally significant. So about 2 years later, in 1992, the G2 line was announced. This line was mostly comprised of redecoed G1 toys with a few new characters sprinkled in. A cartoon was attached to the line, but it was only the G1 show again. But due to waning sales, the line died off with the final year of the G2 line being in 1995. But Hasbro knew something had to change, and drastically, if they wanted to corner the market at transforming robots again. Hasbro called on its newly acquired Kenner division to develop Beast Wars, releasing in 1996 to great success. It ran through 1999, or 2000 if you want to count Beast Machines. Beast Wars was also the first of the Transformers line to establish a price based on the toy's size, with $5 for basics, $10 for deluxes, $15 for megas, and $20 for ultras. There was an odd toy line released as KB exclusives in the US, and that was Machine Wars. It was mostly comprised of European late G1 and unreleased G2 molds. This was mainly to bring back vehicles to Transformers during the Beast Wars era, but it wasn't hugely popular. Once Beast Wars ended, a new cartoon appeared, Beast Machines. It was darker and it only lasted 1 year, and the franchise was once again struggling. So Hasbro then did something it hadn't done up to this point. Release a Japanese series in the US, and that series was Car Robots. It was released here as Transformers Robots in Disguise. The cartoon only lasted about a year because there was nothing new made for it, but it drove, see what I did there, a resurgence of popularity back into toy shelves as Hasbro reissued redecoed toys from G1 to Beast Machines, the Rid line, and further into the Universe line. The Toys R Us commemorative line was released in 2002 and went on until 2004. From that Robot to Disguise 2001 on, it was a great time to be a collector. This is actually when I started buying Transformers again here and there. Then a new show was released, Transformers Armada, in 2002, with a huge amount of toys to go with it, and it proved to be very popular. This started the whole Unicron Trilogy with Transformers Energon and Cybertron following Armada, and this ran all the way through until 2006. However, there was also other lines going on with the Unicron Trilogy toys in stores, and that was in 2003, Hasbro released the 20th anniversary Optimus Prime and the Alternators line. These were different toys from the main lines at the time and were seemingly for an older audience due to their fragility and small parts. So towards the end of the Unicron trilogies, Transformers were again not selling too well in stores, and Hasbro needed something to fill the gap before the Michael Bay films started coming out, and that was the Classics line. And the Classics line was proving fairly successful with the collector market. Then in 2007, the Michael Bay film was released to huge success, adding many, many, many more Transformers to the shelves as they were selling very, very fast. And I remember that time, you couldn't go into a store to find Transformers. It was just empty because they were selling as fast as they could put them on the shelves. The next cartoon and toy line was Transformers Animated. This line and show continues to be divisive among older fans, but was hugely popular as well, coming in hot off the heels of the first live-action film. During this time, you could find classics or universe Transformers, Marvel and Star Wars crossovers, along with live-action movie-verse Transformers in store shelves. The Transformers brand was expanding fast and still selling well at this point. Transformers did continue to be popular around Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, but did slow a bit towards Age of Extinction and especially The Last Knight. The Last Knight did not perform very well, and thus the toy line did take a hit, but it was going pretty strong at that point still. So this is around 2017, 2018, and the quality of the toys did decline around that time, especially with Combiner Wars. While focusing on Generation 1 mostly, Combiner Wars did see a downturn in quality. So then around 2020, there was a large influx of new collectors, and Hasbro had a huge success with the release of Transformers Siege, Earthrise, and subsequent lines. However, the quality and the price did increase with Transformers Siege. as many new collectors decided to focus on the brand, even going as far as to create a darker themed G1-esque Netflix series, which wasn't very good. However, the brand has been struggling to find its mainstream audience with underperforming movies and shows ever since. Within the last couple of years, the Transformers brand has once again seen declining sales in the toy market. Even the big push with Transformers 1 didn't do much to spur sales. And this is partially due to audience fatigue, as well as the same characters being redone in the toy lines over and over and over again. Collectors are not happy due to the shrinking of the toys while the prices are skyrocketing. Deluxe Voyager and Leader classes are no longer about size, they are about price or parts count. Even with that, the pricing is out of control, and many collectors may stop collecting the main line due to being priced out. So is Transformers coming to an end? Probably not. Even with these incredibly high prices now, they're going to have to get creative to make new Transformers. It's far too big of a franchise and far too big of a brand for Hasbro to ever stop now. They're going to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks, just like they always have done in the past with this franchise. So anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on this video, because it's kind of a new format for me. I don't know if it was completely successful. Leave your comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video, or review, whichever one I do next.